Hi everyone, it's Anthony back with another video. Today I'm actually going to be going through my entire AM routine. So this is a get ready with me video. Last night I did the unready version. I just posted that a few hours ago. So I'm going to put up this video as soon as I'm done with it. That way I can get my April unready and ready videos out because tomorrow is the 1st. So I wanted to get these done for the month of April. I'm like cutting it real close this month, but still excited to share with you some of my, the products that I use in my AM routine. Of course, a lot of these, or a good portion of these, are gonna be repeats. Actually, looking at it, there's only 3 products in this lineup that are repeats from last night's unready video. So some of this will actually, or a good portion of this will actually be kind of new for me to share. So the reason, I've got this on is because I actually went and took the dog for a quick run. And so I actually already did my AM routine. I didn't just wake up, but I'm sweaty, I'm gross, I'd like to rinse off. So I figured I'll just do my AM routine after rinsing off. That way I'm still keeping my skincare on, and then I can do my PM routine tonight. Still might go out to get the mail, walk around a little bit. So I do want to get some sunscreen back on my face after I rinse off. So let's jump right in with my AM routine. Something new that I have been doing recently is, rather than doing a morning cleanse necessarily, like a foam-based cleanser, I have been using a cleansing water, or a micellar water. This is actually the first one that I've ever used. It's from Neogen. It's their Real Cica Micellar Cleansing Water. And this product is one that I got using some points at SocoGlam. So I didn't pay for this technically. I just had to redeem some points. But so far, so good. I don't know if I'm necessarily a skip the first cleanse kind of guy, because I feel like I just turn over skin pretty quickly. I don't know if faster than any other person, but I feel like I have a lot of buildup by the morning, and my skin doesn't really feel like it's negatively impacted by cleansing twice a day. Of course, that might depend on the cleanser, but overall, I've never really had too much of an issue with cleansing, doing a water cleanse in the morning and at night. But I got this product as a free gift, and it just looked like such a good value. Let me dry my hands. It looks like it was such a good value to redeem points for and get free because it's so big. This is 400 milliliters of cleansing water. So it just looked like a really decent size. I was like, oh, I can't pass that up. Use my points on something that, get the most bang for my buck for my free points. So I decided to give it a shot. So I have been skipping on morning cleansing, I want to say for about over a week now. And I've just been soaking a cotton pad in the cleansing water and then swiping and then doing the opposite side. And I have to say it does remove a lot of excess impurities, some surface dirt, oil, and it's also quite soothing. It has Centella asiatica, madecassic acid, asiatic acid, madecassicide, every form of Cica you can think of. It's also got hyaluronic acid, hyalurized hyaluronic acid, sodium hyaluronate, ceramides. It just has some really good hydrating, soothing, and skin barrier supporting ingredients. So I've actually I haven't minded it at all. I like it. I just think that I could be taking more off than what this cleansing water does remove. I'm not a makeup wearer at all, but I do go pretty heavy with the sunscreens, just because I've been walking the dog so much, and we have windows in our house that don't have coverings on them right now. Oh, got a little in my eye. We have windows that some of them don't have coverings on them right now. So I've still been really religious about removing or applying sunscreen. I'm sorry. I just want to show you, like, it's kind of hard to see on camera how much that took off, but it's kind of brown and nasty. It does a really good job of removing impurities. So yeah, I still apply sunscreen almost every 2 hours because I'm trying to do a couple walks with the dog, trying to, stay active, plus going to get the mail, plus, occasionally running and getting a couple groceries here and there and all that stuff. So I feel like I might even be using more sunscreen during quarantine because I'm on such a regimented schedule with the walks and everything that if I was at work and I came home, it's my roommate's dog, so they usually walk him. So I typically wouldn't have that walk during the day. I would go into my indoor gym and do a workout or what have you. So having to, going outside a couple times a day is just causing me to use more sunscreen. And this micellar water seems to be doing a good job. Like it's getting rid of some gunk. But anyway, it's good. I think it's soothing. I think it's hydrating. I let it sit for just a moment and then I rinse with some lukewarm water. But I think it might be something that I would just have on hand. Maybe if I was going on a trip or if I was going camping or a hiking trip or something, I might put this in a little squeeze bottle and that way I could use it just to kind of clean myself off a little bit if I don't have access to like running water or a shower or something, because it almost acts like a little bit of a toning effect too with that hydrating ability and soothing. But I think in my heart, I just want to use a normal cleanser. It's good. I just don't think it's my style. Maybe if I wore makeup, I could use this before moving on to like an oil cleanser and then a water-based cleanser in my PM routine. I don't know. Let me know how you guys feel about cleansing waters or micellar waters, how you use them and what benefits you see from them. For me, I like it. I just don't know if it's for me just yet, but I'll need some more time with it to put together a review. Anyway, let's rinse this. I'm gonna rinse this, fast forward through it, and then we'll go through the rest of the routine. Okay, I just rinsed really quickly. And then I remembered that the whole point of this was to jump in the shower real quick and rinse off because I'm kind of sweaty. And I was reminded of that because you can see like the sunscreen on my scalp. I'm like, oh, I need to reapply that and get that rinsed. So let me rinse that off. And then when I come back, we'll go through the routine. Thanks, bye. Okay, I'm back. All rinsed, just took a quick rinse, get all that sunscreen off of my scalp and get de-sweatified. But that's that. So we did the cleansing water from Neogen. We already did that. So the next step in my morning routine is going to be my vitamin C serum. Today I'm using the by Wish Trend Pure Vitamin C 21.5% Advanced Serum. This is one that I have been using for a month as of today, and I really like it. It reminds me almost exactly of the CosRX Triple C Lightning Liquid. It has that very thin, watery consistency and texture, and it is pretty potent. So this is one that I wouldn't recommend using after shaving or anything like that because it can be quite stingy, but it's just a super clear, super fluid liquid. I just use about 4 to 6 drops, and I massage it into my palm and then I apply it rather than trying to splash it on my face because I've started to not use it everywhere. I'm just starting to use it where I have a lot of hyperpigmentation and dark spots. So it is a really good overall brightener, but over time, I haven't really seen a huge drastic improvement over the how light or bright my skin is necessarily, but I do see improvement on my hyperpigmentation, on my neck, a little bit on my cheeks, and it doesn't really do anything to affect my freckles. I'll always have those, and I kind of like those, but it just kind of starts to lighten up the stuff that's actual sunspots or more so acne scars, I suppose. So I really like it. I've always loved the Triple C Lightning Liquid. I think I've used 3 bottles of that. It was the first vitamin C that I ever purchased. And this is, to be honest, it's nearly identical. It smells the same. The consistency and texture is the same. It has the same sensitivity to temperature and air. It does oxidize faster than some other products like the Glow Recipe Pineapple C Bright Serum that I've used. I've also used one from Mad Hippie. those are different forms of vitamin C. This is pure L-ascorbic acid, and those aren't really formulated necessarily to tackle like deep hyperpigmentation and dark spots. They're more just like general brightening and kind of glow products, which this can be. If you want to put it all over your face, it will give you a nice glow and it'll brighten a little bit, but those are more focused on that kind of cosmetic brightening, where this is like more of a treatment for specific spots. So the other thing that I've noticed that it shares with the Cosrx product is there's a little bit of tackiness left behind after you apply it, which I've gotten totally used to after using the Triple C Lightening Liquid for so long. And I tend to be a little bit heavy-handed with my application of vitamin C. I use it every morning just out of the sake of routine. However, vitamin C, your skin can hold a reservoir of vitamin C that stays active for, I believe, 48 to 72 hours. So in theory, you could use this every other day or every third day and see the same amount of benefit. And I think that might be causing some of the stickiness, as my skin simply just can't absorb all that I'm putting on it. So maybe I do need to scale back, but I like it. It's a really nice product. The Cosrx Vitamin C Lightening Liquid was one of my favorites of 2018, and this lines up perfectly with that. In fact, this is 1% higher in concentration. So this one is probably, once I write the review in a couple days, it's gonna end up being kind of one of my favorite vitamin C serums overall for just lightening hyperpigmentation, offering some decent brightening, and just being a very potent and results-driven product. So A+ to Wish trend on that. I'll usually leave that sit for about a minute, so all of my chatting gave us that time, and I'll move right into my toner, and that's the Rovectin Skin Essentials Activating Treatment Lotion. I talked about this in yesterday's Get Unready With Me video. It's a quite viscous toner, and it just has that kind of like sticky, it's hard to see, but it's got that like stickiness and that tackiness, similar to the Claire Supple Preparation Toner. And I just use a couple of drops of this in the palm of my hand and pat that in. It's got 7 different forms of hyaluronic acid to really draw hydration and moisture to the skin. And then once that's done and patted in, it absorbs really nicely and just leaves my skin feeling nicely hydrated, kind of dewy and plump. Certain days I will go in with a second layer of this, but today I don't feel like I really need it. If my skin's feeling particularly dry, I will layer that until it's like, and then I'll move on. So that's that for that. If you want some more info about it, check out the Unready. I think I went into a little bit more detail. Then I'm moving into my essence. My essence today is the I'm From Mugwort Essence. This is a single ingredient product. It has 100% mugwort extract. So it's just that one ingredient used for calming and reducing inflammation and redness while also hydrating the skin. I believe there's some antioxidant benefit to this as well. I mentioned it in last night's video, but I was kind of shocked by how this is very calming, kind of just upon contact. I'm curious if I should put it in the fridge to try that, but it is very calming. And it, even though it's just that single ingredient, it has a lot of slide and glide to it, so it just feels so much more of a complex formula, even though it's just that one ingredient. So I am really liking this for hydration and calming. It's not your typical essence where it's all about fermented ingredients and the first treatment essence and tons of brightening and, you know, everything's like galactomyces this and fermented that. That's not this at all. This is an essence that's really focused on just hydration and soothing and just kind of reducing redness. So I'm hoping that this will last me into later on into May and June when it gets super hot, because I'm curious to see how that will do and my skin's just like parched and maybe I accidentally exposed it to the sun or something like that, just to see how it works as like almost like a replacement for like an aloe gel or something like that. So that's it for the essence. And then I haven't really been doing a ton of AM sheet masks. However, I want to do one today just to be a little bit extra. So I have this pack of Aloe Daily Fresh mask sheets from Tony Moly that have been in my stash forever. I think this is one of the first sets I picked up in, I want to say maybe late summer or fall of 2018, so nearly 2 years. Oh, by the way, May marks my 2-year mark with starting Korean skincare, so it's my little like 2-year anniversary, I guess. But these masks were ones that I picked up way back then, and the expiration date isn't coming up until next year, but I just want to use them. I've been super curious to try them. Me and Tony Moly sheet masks don't get along, to be honest. I don't think I found one that I really enjoy. Actually, they had one called the Master Lab or Lab Master. It had like a little, gosh, I don't even know. If I can remember, I'll pull up the link, but I think they were called Master Lab. I'll put it in the comments. But those ones I think I did like. Other than that, haven't really found any that I was a fan of. So I'm curious to give these a shot. The ingredients list is fairly decent considering it's from Tony Moly. Fragrance is at the bottom of the list. I didn't see any denatured alcohol or anything like that. And sodium hyaluronate, witch hazel extract, and aloe extract make it fairly high on the list along with panthenol. So I don't know. I'm curious to see, but we're going to give one a shot right now. So let me crack this open. So this is like a resealable package. So you can grab one, seal it up, and then come back to it. These were a really good deal too. I think I paid $8 for 10. So they came in, I'll have to check my notes, but I think that was about how much they were. So I mean, 80 cents a sheet mask, that's not that bad. So it has this little, hopefully you can see it, there's a tray with a whole stack of sheet masks. Oops, I'm losing some essence. And so you just kind of, I wonder how sanitary this is. You just kind of grab one from the top and they are soaked in drippy essence. Okay, so this is just a regular old cotton style sheet mask. And let's see, oh, it looks small for my big old head. Let's see. Oh no. Okay, there we go. And I'm looking in the mirror, everyone, so. Yeah, it's a little small for my giant head, which is typical for a sheet mask, but sometimes they're smaller than others, and this looks like it might be a smaller than others. The mask material is okay. It's just like a basic cotton style sheet mask, but it adheres nicely. And that was my biggest complaint with their I'm Real Lemon and I'm Real Wine and I'm Real Lotus, is the mask was just thick and stiff and papery, and so it would just like fly off of my chin. It wouldn't stick around my eyes or nose. This is slightly better. It's not great. You can see it just kind of pops right back up. There's not a lot of suction to it or cling. So yeah, that's it. I'm gonna leave this on. It says to leave it on for 20 to 30 minutes. To be honest, I can already tell from this mask material that it's not gonna last that long. So I'll check in at 10 and keep going if I can. I usually wait until the moment it starts to get a little dry around the forehead or nose. That's when I know when to call it. So let's go ahead and do that. It's a very slight, clean, fresh scent, kind of like an aloe-y fresh scent, very mild, which is once again good compared to some other Tony Moly masks I've used. So let's give this 10 to 15 minutes and then I'll be back with you. Bye. Hi everyone. So it has been just at 15 minutes. The timer went off just a second ago, and there's just the tiniest bit of drying happening on the forehead, not really too much on the nose. My chin area is kind of lifting a bit, but that's kind of to be expected from a traditional cotton style mask that doesn't have a ton of cling. But I'm actually impressed by how hydrated that mask stayed while I had it on. So, all right, Tony Moly. There's just a little bit of excess essence left behind. This isn't like super drippy and saturated with essence, which was, once again, not too big of an issue. Left behind a decent amount of hydration. Nothing too special necessarily. Kind kind of getting a closer look in the mirror here. I don't see too much in the way of like redness reduction or anything like that. It's just kind of a basic hydrating mask, which for 80 cents, not gonna complain about that. So I'm gonna keep using those and do a full review once I've used all 10. I'll start piecing, putting it together as I go throughout using those. So stay tuned for my full review of those Tony Moly Aloe Sheet Masks. All right, so moving right into my serum. This is the I'm From Honey Serum. I covered this in my Get Unready video. It's a very silicone heavy serum that also features honey, propolis, and royal jelly. So it's all about providing some hydration and nourishment and then locking that in with those occlusive ingredients like silicone. So I didn't think I was gonna be a huge fan of this. It was a product that was sent to me by Wish Trend based on what, the information I gave them about my skin type. But I am surprised by how much I'm liking how soft and smooth this leaves my skin, how much it locks in the hydration from my toner, essence, sheet masks. It just does a really good job. And I haven't been seeing anything in the way of like incredibly clogged pores or breakouts, which was kind of my main concern. So very, very happy so far. I think this is day 8 or 9 into this, so I still have about 3 weeks to go before I put together my review. And then my moisturizer that I'm using currently is the Keep Cool and Soothe Lotion. This is something that I've been using for a couple weeks now. And this is a very thin, watery lotion that I got a recommendation from Director Pie. So you can see it's like very kind of fluid. And this was her pick for top of top, like best of the best for 2019 for lotions for oily and combination skin. And I have to agree, it's got jojoba oil and some other really nice emollient ingredients, but it's not heavy. It's not like super greasy or thick. It's not like a normal cream. It's almost like a super light, watery emulsion that also features, I think, 60 or 70% maybe, or 50, I don't know, it's 50+% bamboo water and bamboo extract for soothing and calming. And it does just feel so soothing. It does help to reduce a little bit of redness, absorbs nicely, doesn't leave my skin feeling like sticky or tacky. And so this is another one that on a hot, like super hot summer day, or when my skin's feeling a little bit overworked, popping this in the fridge and just putting on this like cool lotion, I bet it would feel amazing. And it's 150 milliliters, so you do get a pretty good bang for your buck here. So I'm so far so good. Still need a couple weeks with it. I'm about here. And so as soon as I have some more time with it, I'll put together that full review. But this is the Keep Cool Soothe Bamboo Lotion. And final step before I walk out the door, before I do anything else in the AM, it is sunscreen time. And my sunscreen that I'm using right now is the Tret. This is their Accent UV Protector Essence. This is a sunscreen that's SPF 50+, PA 3+. So not quite the maximum UVA protection. It has, I believe, some Centella asiatica in it, some peptides, and some other things that are like skincare focused. But at the end of the day, it's a sunscreen. I really like this for the look that I go for, which is like just a little bit of that K-beauty kind of glow or sheen. The last sunscreen I used was the Klairs Soft Airy UV Essence, and I really, really like that one too. That one gives you a little bit more of that kind of like hydrated, dewy look. This is a little bit more on that sheen side of things, but I still really like it. And I'll be putting together a review for this soon because I just go through sunscreen so fast. Usually a 50 ml bottle like that will only last me 2 weeks because I'm just applying so regularly. Which it brings me to why, spoiler alert, I won't be buying this. It is buying it again, I should say, or recommending it. It's expensive as heck. It's full price is $55 for 50 milliliters. And so if I use 2 of these a month, I'm looking at $110 a month just in like purchasing sunscreen, which is kind of insane. So it works well. It has it uses all chemical filters except for I think 1.43 or 1.45% of titanium dioxide. So you are going to see a little teensy bit of a white cast when you first pat this in, but trust me, it 100% goes away within a couple minutes. That titanium dioxide does not create a visible white cast at all, just when as it's absorbing. So you can see there's that little bit of that blue hue that goes away just in like a minute or so. And I like that it gives me that more intense kind of mirrored kind of sheen, but it doesn't feel greasy. This is actually meant for acne prone, oily, and sensitive skin. So it gives you that little bit of sheen. But what I love about it is after about 10 minutes, once it has time to actually set, it really starts to help blur the pores, kind of even and soften the skin tone, or at least the appearance of it. And I appreciate that so much because I have so many like dark spots and acne marks and big old pores on my cheeks and stuff going on my neck, that having something that has that kind of cosmetic blurring effect, almost like I was wearing some sort of like blurring primer, is very, very nice. And I think this would work super well under makeup. So it's done very well. This is an excellent sunscreen. I could rave about it all day long, but at the end of the day, $55 for this bottle is just, it's a little insane. I don't even know if I could say, oh, well, it's formulated so well that it's worth the price. Like, sunscreen shouldn't be priced so high because that's going to discourage you from wanting to use it as frequently as you should to protect your skin. So I actually got this on Amazon through the MK Universal distributor, which is the company that makes Tret, and they have a buy one get one off promotion that's on the Amazon. Like if you click on the product, it says in the title, Tret Accent UV Protector X Essence, blah, 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 buy one, get one free. So I ordered it, paid the $55, and I only got one. So I went to Amazon customer service, did my whole complaining thing, and got my second one. So I'm like, so $22.50 for this, which is still like, that's still kind of a little too much. I feel like once you hit the $20 mark, that's going to start discouraging people from using it multiple times a day. So in my review, I intend on maybe calling this like your special occasion sunscreen. So something that you don't use every single day, you use it on days that you really want to do. You want to use it almost like a primer, so it's going to go under like a full face of makeup, or before a special occasion where you want that dewiness or that kind of sheen to your skin. Otherwise, I call it not being responsible with my recommendations. I don't think it's responsible to recommend a $55 sunscreen. It's a little silly for 50 milliliters. So anyway, that's probably my whole routine in a nutshell, but I will write it all out as well. And you'll probably see this again in an upcoming empties video, because I'm at like day 12, I think, with this. Maybe day 11, 12, or 13, but I'm almost done. Like I've only got that little bit left. So yeah, I don't know. I have the get one free in the stash. I like it. I really like it. But the Claire's one is $23 on Wish Trend without a discount, and that's 80 milliliters. So an extra 30 mils on top of this for less than half the cost. And I really liked that sunscreen. This has fragrance. That one only has a little bit of orange oil. And I don't remember if this one has alcohol in it, but the Claire's one is just such a well-formulated product, and for the price, it's a much better deal. So I like this. I wish I could tell everyone to run out and grab it, but it's just too much. So that's that. That's my whole AM routine. Be on the lookout either later on tonight or tomorrow for an unboxing video. I have a whole bunch of stuff coming in the next day. There's a few things coming in today and maybe some stuff tomorrow. I'll have to take a look, but be on the lookout for a big old unboxing. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching this Get Ready With Me video. I will be doing a whole nother set of unready and ready for the month of May as my products and my routine start to change again. So thanks so much. And as always, stay glowing. Bye.